What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Ada Eze, back at it again with another video. In today's video I'm going to be giving you tips on how to grow your natural hair. Yeah, I get asked a lot of questions about my hair, and one of them is how do I get it to grow and all that stuff. So tune in and I'm going to be sharing with you some of the things that I have done to actually grow my hair. So without further ado, let's get into it. So so I'm gonna be looking down on my phone because that's where I have my notes. So the first tip I would say, slow down for me. The first tip I would say for growing your natural hair and understanding your natural hair is to understand the structure of your natural hair. So as you all know, our hair is very kinky and it's a very coily. Therefore, it is very hard for the sebum that we produce on our scalps to travel down the shaft of our hair. When our hair grows, it is all, coily and tangled. That's in its natural state. I mean, you have realized that when you did have relaxed hair, it is much more easier for your hair to be greasy and oily because it is more straight. Hence why, natural hair compared to Caucasian hair does not retain moisture as well. So it is very important that you understand the structure of your hair and you understand things like porosity. So understanding if you have a high or low porosity, that also helps with regards to taking care of your hair. The second tip I can give you with regards to growing your natural hair is using products that are designed for your hair. So like I said, if you understand your hair type and your hair structure and the porosity of your hair, it is much more easier for you to go out and buy natural hair products catered to your hair. So say for instance, I have very low porosity hair, so I would use leave-in conditioners and oils that are catered for my hair, which makes it easier for my hair to absorb and retain moisture, because moisture is very, very, very important for your hair. My third tip is to eat a balanced diet. I know you're probably here like, what? What I mean by that is just make sure you're getting enough vitamins in your body for your hair, okay? The first thing you realize that is deficient is you'll see that your hair or your skin or your nails will look so. Our hair contains, protein and all those things that need building blocks to actually grow. So you need the right amount of vitamins and vitamins and nutrition to actually help you grow your hair. For instance, I realize my hair thrives when I take an omega-3 fatty acid supplement. So my hair thrives because I don't usually eat fish. It's not a staple where I just go out and buy fish and I cook fish. So when I'm not eating fish and I'm taking an omega-3 supplement, my hair thrives a lot. Alternatively, you can take a multivitamin. I know some people take biotin for their hair. I've never tried biotin, so I can't say it worked for my hair or not. But I know that taking an omega-3 6 fatty acid supplement really helps my hair grow. Fourth tip is my fourth tip is invest in a good leave-in. So when I say invest in a good leave-in conditioner, I mean something that is water based. So generally you do have your oil moisturizers and you have your leave-in moisturizers. So I'm going to show you examples of good leave-ins, but for instance, there's this Native Child Milk and Honey Moisture Cream Moisturize, Detangle and Condition leave-in. It is a very, very good moisturizer in terms of that. The first ingredient is water, and it is a natural hair product, and it is vegan. What I love about these products is it's mostly natural ingredients, and it is really, really good for your hair. So the first ingredient always needs to be water. Another thing to invest in would be the Mizani Miracle Milk. Now this is a bit more on the pricey side. I believe it is about 200 to 250. So that would be you investing in something if you cannot afford it. There are really good DIY recipes on the net for hair milks and stuff like that. And I know Aunt Jackie has a hair milk, and I believe that one is like 90 Rand. I have not tried that one, but I mean, I love their products, so I don't doubt that that could also be good for your hair. And also the Auntie Jackie leave-in conditioner is actually one of my favorite leave-in conditioners. When I was transitioning, I used to use the Dr. Miracle's leave-in conditioner, but that became way too light for my hair as it grew, and now that it's thicker, it kind of needs something else. So I also love the Auntie Jackie. And those are just a few examples of the leave-in conditioners you can get. I mean, I also have a DIY recipe for a leave-in conditioner, so I will insert a clip of how I make it in about, yeah, I'll insert the clip now and the quantities, and you can also make that yourself if you want to. My fourth tip is protective styling. Now, I believe I did stress the importance of protective styling in my 10 mistakes that most naturals make. That video was kind of more of like what not to do. This video is actually more about what to do with regards to your hair. So protective styling is it's a really good tool if you use it correctly. Now, first of all, do not braid your hair way too tightly, and leave your baby hair alone. If you can ask your stylist to not touch that part of your hair, that would be awesome. Okay. And also remember to take care of your hair when it is in a protective style. You'll still need to put on some leave-in conditioner. Depending on how long you keep it, you'll still need to wash your hair. I do not care about it frizzing up. I wash my hair and I condition my hair if I have to, and I feel like there's a lot of buildup. So your hair won't grow up your hair won't grow if there is some buildup. So please keep that in mind if you're going to be protective styling. If you're going to be wearing a wig, take care of your hair underneath a wig. I've been wearing a wig, and honestly, every time I leave my hair in cornrows, I always make sure that it is moisturized, because if it gets dry, it starts breaking off. So please keep that in mind when you are going to protective style. Remember that you can't just slap something on your head and forget about it. You need to take care of your hair in a protective style. Okay, just forgive me if I keep on looking there because I'm checking if my phone's recording. But anyway. The next tip I have for you is to deep condition. And deep condition or protein treatments. So I wash my hair once a week, and every time I wash my hair, I always deep condition. I do not skimp out on deep conditioning because I know my hair needs the moisture. It honestly needs the moisture, and trust me, you will not regret deep conditioning your hair. A protein treatment I do as a when I need to basis, and most of the time I do it before I get braids in and after I get braids in, just so that I can build up the keratin in my hair steadily again to prevent a lot of breakage. So with my protein treatments, it's pretty simple. I believe I do have a video on that. It's basically just eggs, mayonnaise, and conditioner. Like, honestly, mayonnaise is literally the best thing to put on my hair. And I also like mixing in some melted coconut oil. It really works wonders. For me to sort of seal in moisture with coconut oil doesn't really work, but in my deep conditioners, it makes a world of a difference and it makes my hair really soft. So if you want to see growth, do not be afraid of deep conditioning or doing protein treatments. It is time consuming. It will take up hours, but honestly, it is a very beneficial for your hair. So deep condition your hair. I know everyone is skeptical of using oils in their hair, but honestly, it depends on how you use the oils and which oils you use. So this is going to take a bit of research on your part. From the first tip, if you know your porosity, your hair texture, and all that stuff, you will be able to decide which oils are best for you. Personally, I had to do a little bit of trial and error, and I know which oils work for my scalp. Now, when I use oils, I usually use them for sealing in moisture, especially for my ends. Now, a lot of people are afraid to use oils because one, you don't want your hair to feel greasy, and you also don't want your scalp to be over moisturized. But there is a right way to use oils. For instance, already our scalps produce sebum. If you notice, when we're growing up, we used to, what do they call it, base my scalp, like base or grease it. That's greasing your scalp. Now, I don't do that, and the reasons why I don't do that is because my scalp produces enough oils. I produce enough sebum on my scalp, okay? The places that need the sebum, because it doesn't travel down my hair that well because of these curlier pieces, is the rest of the oil doesn't travel down my hair because of the curlier pieces. So I need to use oils basically most of the time for my tips and also for my edges. Lately, I've been using the Native Child castor oil hair growth for my edges. I put this on every night, and honestly, it has been making a world of a difference. And they feel way thicker and way more healthier than when I don't have any oil on them. The other thing that I like using is this organic coconut oil. Now, when you are using oils, make sure that that is literally the only ingredient. So the only ingredient, there shouldn't be any other additional ingredients unless they are essential oils. So the only ingredient is 100% pure cold pressed castor oil or 100% pure cold pressed virgin coconut. There's no added oils, no other funny stuff in it. And another thing that I like using is this sweet almond oil to seal in moisture. Like I said, it literally has to be a high quality oil or nothing. Like there is no point of me having oil and nothing's gonna come out of it. So do not be afraid to use oils, but also learn how to use them correctly. You can use them as a pre-poo, you can use them in your leave-in conditioners, you can use them as a sealant, you can use them as a hot oil treatment, you can use them to massage your scalp, generate more blood flow to your scalp. So learn how to use your oils properly, and they will be very beneficial for your hair. So do not be afraid to use oil. My other tip is just basically something you can do personally is try to limit the damage that you bring to your hair. So bleaching your hair, dyeing your hair, basically just putting any other chemicals that do not work well with afro textured hair could actually prevent it from growing. Bleaching your hair over dries your hair. Things like stress are also factors, so try to relax as well. Do not fret about it. Your hair will grow, and just take a deep breath. Don't stress. Don't put too much tension on your hair. Don't wear hairstyles that are too tight. Just basic things. So that's another tip I could give you to grow your hair. The other thing would be the tools you use. So for me personally, I like detangling my hair first with my fingers. Lately I've been doing that, and I find that that creates a little less breakage than when I'm using a comb. I'm not saying combs are harmful. You can still use combs. These are the favorite tools I like to use for my hair. So the first one is an afro pick. I usually use that if I do like twist outs or braid outs, or when I have my afro out like this and I just want it to be voluminous. And I literally pick it at the roots, and I don't usually touch my ends. So I never usually lift the parts of my hair that are very sensitive. So be careful. I also like using a wide tooth comb to detangle my hair. Make sure you always detangle from your tips to your roots, okay? And take your time. Literally take care of your hair. Do not rush the process. And always detangle when your hair is damp or just after you get out the shower after conditioning. I never detangle my hair dry ever. You will never see me taking a comb to my dry hair and detangling it, because that causes breakage and that's very bad for your hair. My other favorite tool to use is the Tangle Teaser. Honestly, it is a really good to get in there and get in the knots, and I have never experienced a lot of breakage with my Tangle Teaser. So we may be different. There's some people who have more knotted hair. Mine is a bit more softer and the curl pattern is a bit more looser. So for people with tightly coiled hair, you may benefit more from using your fingers to separate the knots and then using a wide tooth comb. So make sure you're using the correct tools on your hair as well. My other thing would be trying to limit heat. I'm very proud of myself because in the past year and a half, I have not straightened my hair. I have done a blowout, but I have not straightened my hair, and it was very hard because I was tempted to straighten my hair. So another thing would be trying to limit heat. If you do want to straighten your hair, you can use a heat protector. That is way better, and it could limit the potential damage you will be causing to your hair. Also, try to control the temperature of the heat you're applying to your hair. If you're blow drying your hair, do it on a cool setting. If you are flat ironing your hair, do it on a lower heat setting. And the heat protector that I like using is the Dr. Miracle's Acai Thermal Protection Styler. I think this is a really good heat protector, and I mean, it does the job whenever I want to straighten my hair, but I haven't done that in a while, so I haven't really needed it, and I think that's why my hair has been feeling so thick and voluminous lately, and that's something that I've always wanted for my hair. My other tip to growing your hair is do not be afraid to wash your hair. Do you see this? You need this. You need H2O. It is like a plant, it is like a tree. Our hair needs this for moisture. This is literally the life giver. Water is a life giver, and you can't, have anything dead if there's water. So make sure you are not afraid to wash your hair. I wash my hair once a week. You do not always have to use a shampoo when you wash your hair. You could use a shampoo bi-weekly and use a conditioner in between, just so that you're not stripping way too much moisture from your hair. But if you want to use a shampoo all the time and you realize that your shampoo is stripping your hair off the moisture, is probably the ingredients in the shampoo. It probably contains sulfates and parabens, so you need to opt for a shampoo that is good for natural hair. An example of this would be the Native Child Moisturizing Shampoo, which is sulfate and paraben free. Another thing would be the Duck and Lovely Bamboo Milk and Mango Co-Wash Shampoo. It's actually a really good shampoo, and it's kind of like a co-wash, but yeah. Another thing would be the Tresemme Naturals Botaniques range. That range is really good for natural hair. I personally use the Botanics conditioner, and I usually use that to condition and to wash my hair. So just search for products that are sulfate free and paraben free, or alternatively use conditioners. I have nothing against conditioners that have silicones in them. I like the silicone, but there's some people who would rather have, an all natural product, and there are products like that in the market. They are affordable brands and they also high end brands. Just make sure you're getting something that you are happy with, that is catered to your hair, and that you have checked the ingredients. It is a really great thing to look at the ingredients in your hair products and actually Google them, research them. What are they? I am a biology student, I've done chemistry, so there's certain compounds that I know and I can see that, okay, I know what exactly this is and I know what is safe for me to put in my hair. But the other things you'll see, like, I know I'm not supposed to be putting petroleum in my hair. So learn all these things when you have the time. Just research. There's literally a plethora of information on the internet, like more YouTube alone. There's like hundreds and thousands of natural hair enthusiasts who have different types of information to offer you, and it is literally free advice. And the other thing I have found to be helpful is to watch naturals that have similar hair types and textures to mine. So I was telling my sister the other day that, okay, there's this naturalista on YouTube. She has like 4C hair that looks like yours. Maybe watch her and get tips from her. I watch people with like looser curl patterns, or people who have hair that look like mine, and that really helps in the general sense of me taking care of my hair. If I need to try a new product, I want to see if this naturalista tried it and if it worked for her or something. And it's always a risk because it's always a trial and error, because I transitioned from relaxed hair and I had to learn all these things along the way. So it wasn't easy, and it wasn't like something that was just in the snap of your fingers. But now, the community is so broad that there's so much information and more knowledgeable people. We're more knowledgeable about how we can take care of our hair. Another tip I have is, please love your scissors. I know you will think it's counterproductive. Why am I cutting my hair if I want it to grow? Okay, first of all, this is going to help you, okay? Split ends travel up your shaft and damage your hair further. But if you get them in the beginning, it's all about healthy hair. I'm not saying if you cut your hair, it's gonna grow more. No, I'm saying if you have healthy hair, it's going to grow. And healthy hair also includes hair that does not have split ends. I mean, about a month ago, I cut my hair, and it was a huge trim. And well, my hair used to be like here, but like now my hair is like here. So I literally cut a lot of it off because it used to be here and now it's like here. And that was because I felt like I had a lot of split ends. But now my hair feels healthier, feels thicker. If I do a twist out, the curls are more defined. There is no knot in my hair, which also is caused by split ends. So do not be afraid of those scissors. If you need a trim. And like I mentioned in my other video, dusting is the best way to go. Honestly, about once a month, take a scissor, assess your hair, see where you need to snip, and snip. Honestly, best thing you can do for your hair is to make sure it is healthy, and then it will grow. Some people are lucky, they just wake up, slap on some moisturizer, go about their day, and they have big, voluminous, bouncy curls, and the rest of us need to struggle. So that's another thing we need to take into account. So do not be afraid to do that. And yeah. And then my last pro tip would be to sleep with a satin bonnet, a satin scarf. That helps with not sucking out the moisture and the oils in your hair. Also, if you can, rather buy a satin pillowcase if you do not want to tie your hair up at night. and sleep on that, because the cotton pillowcase and all that stuff causes friction and they snatch up our hair and they drain our hair of moisture. So these are just a couple of examples of what I use on my hair to go to sleep at night, and that helps with retaining moisture. So remember to get one of these. They're very inexpensive. I will see if I can find links of where you can purchase them, and obviously the products that I mentioned in this video, I will be putting all of them in the description down below. So yeah, I believe that about concludes my video. Please be sure to go down in the comments below, share your hair journeys, share your tips and tricks, and let's all just have a discussion of what we do to actually grow our hair. And if you have any DIY recipes of an amazing leave-in conditioner or an amazing like deep conditioner that we could all benefit from, please do share in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure to click that subscribe button and the notification bell. Please subscribe to my channel and you will get notifications of when I do post. So yeah, do that, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Deuces.